This is not paranoid schizophrenia TikTok. This is watch your fucking ass if you're an activist TikTok. Because I think that this tactic is new to the United States and it's fucking terrifying. So first of all. Second of all, have you ever heard of the heirloom? It's this famous case of paranoid schizophrenia where before like the internet or, radio or telecommunications or anything, this guy was institutionalized for imagining that people were trying to control his thoughts with something he called the heirloom. Because looms were like the craziest technology back then. And it just goes to show how the archetype of technological advancement goes hand in hand with persecutory delusion. It's this concept of power. Where does power lie? There's some kind of secret to it because it's a technological thing. You don't really understand it. It seems to be massified. That's how technology kind of interacts with society. It's this massifying thing. And so all these things kind of get wrapped up within the paranoid schizophrenia thing. But that's a whole different conversation. In order to understand satsang as a tactic, you have to understand how communist and capitalist phenomenology of self was fundamentally different on both sides of the Iron Curtain. And so their concepts of psychology were different, and their concepts of psychological repression were different. That's what made satsang develop in East Germany, and it originally kind of came from the KGB, I think. It's not speculative, I think. I don't know where you would draw the line of where satsang versus active measures, kind of thing. But that's why it was developed by a historical materialist, aka Marxist phenomenology that sees the individual as a mirror of their external environment. Makes sense, right? The understanding of the bourgeoisie, the proletariat, that kind of thing. That's the historical materialist part. And so satsang is so terrifying because it seeks to mirror the symptoms of psychosis and paranoid schizophrenia within the person's external environment, thereby causing it in that person. That was the philosophy, because people are mirrors of their environments, historical materialist perspective. If you make the environment hell, like a living hell of actual persecution and actual deranged experiences, failures, you can drive a person into a psychotic state. So again, this is not gang stalking TV. I am not in that club. This is psychological warfare TV. Hey, activists, I think you should be fucking aware. I'm pretty sure that this is what's been happening to me in my life. It's really bad. It's really, really bad and really, really scary. The more you look into it, the more the US government has millions of dollars earmarked. No civil liberties are not on their playbook. Yes, just doing TikToks fucking counts as internal threats. Seriously, do you want me to pull up the fucking documents? It was just in Congress, right? We just saw the US government dealing with social media. This is not delusional hearsay fantasy. This is documented policy shit. A giant excess in the domestic law enforcement budget, which is now mixed up with the military budget, and their tactics are all mixed up, and they don't have anyone to persecute because people are not jumping up with fucking AR-15s. They're not. And when people do, they're typically on the fucking cop side. So yeah, the fucking POs are going after their buddies, dude. They're going after people with views that are dangerous to the capitalist fucking system. Environmentalists, animal rights activists, anarchists. No, I'm none of those things. I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Get away from me. Don't touch me with your ideology. It's bad. It's bad. It's something that I want people to be prepared for. This is, again, not gang stalking TV. This is not paranoid schizophrenia TV. This is fucking intelligence operations TV. Get serious.